Hello everyone, welcome to Diecast Calls. This one is going to be a little different. It's Thanksgiving and I'm thinking about being thankful for my parents. What they did in my growing years, early years of developing a love for diecast toys. And early on, my mom would take me down into town. We were out in the country, and I would basically, save up my allowances, right? 10 cents a week. And we go to a place called Mayfair, and there was a store there that had Matchbox, and they were the only store in town. We had to drive about 15 miles or so, and my first car was the number 13, the wreck truck. You're looking at it, the BP. Now, this is not the original that I was able to obtain with my hard-earned allowance. Now, this was something that I really was drawn towards because I like trucks. How about you? What's your favorite Matchbox? The Matchbox era, never be repeated. Those early, imaginations of having fun, arriving at the crash scene and towing the car away with your wrecker. Yep, the Dodge wreck truck number 13. That was our first ever Matchbox toy. And then along came other toys along the way, and as I've been in the industry here and collecting different, mostly Hot Wheel red lines, but some of the memories now, the grid spreader. It's got to have that plastic piece in the back, right? The plastic piece that allows the grit to flow. Yeah, those are such fun times. Trucks and pretend in the sandbox with your buddies as you're moving sand around. As you're imagining you being in the fields, as an example, maybe from an agricultural perspective, road building. My dad was in construction, and so I learned at a young age about pushing dirt around and building footings, as an example. He was a mason contractor, and I learned about engines. I learned about machines. I learned the sounds, and I started cutting grass at a very young age with a sit-down lawnmower, an old Sears, and I imagined myself working the fields. Think about that. Think about what a kid does in his imagination, his or hers, right? Not necessarily boys. The girls, even though the separation of, dolls and cars and trucks were there, my sister played too. We play along. We'd go on trips. We'd pack up the safari, right? And you go and you pretend that you're, you remember the Omaha's Wild Kingdom? Omaha's Wild Kingdom? Yeah, that's what we did. There was no internet. There was no video games. You just imagined yourself in a fantasy world, right? And the hours just, scream by. We used to go up north. We called it go up north every summer. My parents would pack us in, and we would go up to northern Wisconsin to a lake and have some fun on the water. My dad would go fishing with my cousin, and then us kids just go exploring in the woods and swim in the water there and catch tadpoles or crayfish or whatever. There's a sight hut. It's pretty cool. Sometimes the hut is actually missing from this casting due to all kinds of factors, right? I really dig this one. This is kind of cool. My wife is from a farm, and milk used to be delivered in our neighborhood by the seal test people. They'd come in this truck, and I know you're gonna scoff at this, but it's true. And I have vivid memories that the milk would be delivered, and there was no air conditioning in the truck at the time. I'm not that old, but he would have ice. Ice would be dripping inside the delivery truck. You know, in the couple neighborhoods to the west of us, there was a little bit more of a, I guess, wealth accumulating and growing in the neighborhood as time went on. And we always kidded that, that's too bad this Rolls Royce has got an issue there, but we always kidded about the boats, the cars, we call them boats, that, you know, so-and-so's driving a boat, you know, Continental or Mercedes or something, right? And then, you know, you were into James Bond. We would pretend, since we didn't have a 007 car, we would pretend with this Griffo that it was James Bond time, and we were going to save the day, right? with a hatch on the back. Isn't that cool? That's a super fast era. A couple super fast eras there. I'll pan the camera back after we're done. And then I was talking about building construction and such. I actually cut my teeth as I grew older by erecting scaffolding for the projects that we worked on. My dad and I helped pay for my college by working in masonry as a mason tender, and assembling scaffolding is, you know, someone just like kind of poo-poo it, but I'm telling you what, it's a real art to assembling properly and safely scaffolding on the side of a building and making sure that it's anchored into the wall properly. Pipes. How many times do you have this casting? Of course, I'm missing some pipes here. I think it's supposed to come with 7 or something, but this is what remains on the pipe. Call it the pipe truck? Is that what that is? I forget here. Yeah, pipe truck. Sure enough. Happy Thanksgiving to you if you're watching. If you happen to be just noodling around on the internet. If you do like the content of my site, most 99% of what I post is red lines, Hot Wheel toys, the red line era. But every once in a while, I walk down memory lane with you, and we go through some pretty cool stuff from back in the day when we first learned about die cast, right? Thank you, Matchbox. Thank you, Leslie Company. Yep, what a great introduction to toys. Oh, this is a classic right here. Remember this? How can you beat that with a stick? From what I understand, there's different variations of color on the plastic. They're not all orange like that. Sometimes the tablets are missing. They call this one simply the Coach. It's the Coach. I'll go with that. Everybody had one. Yep. A couple more here, a couple more. I'll put this Explorer on there. So BP, right? So we talked about the very first truck was the Wrecker, and it has the BP sticker on there, and of course British Petroleum. Why not? That's what the Leslie Company did. They were an English company. Something I learned about this particular casting when I used to do restorations is that it's got an aluminum base. It doesn't adhere to, it doesn't have magnetism to it. Yeah, neat little, and a lot of times, you know, more times out of not, this top canopy is missing in action. It was simple, easy to be lost, but you know, if you have one and the canopy is still there, you're lucky. Yeah, because sometimes, a lot of times, they're missing in action, as well as the wheels. The wheels on some of these castings, really, the way that Leslie placed the wheels on, very easy to lose those. Now here they're all there, but again, oh, here's one that's, see, a little wobbly, right? Those will easily come off, and all of a sudden you've got a 5-wheeler rather than a 6-wheeler. Right? 2 more. And then the Superfast era moved along, and we went from the black tires and gray tires to the Superfast era. This is a, what they call this one, Bull something? Big Bull. Cool little casting here again. Yeah, I was moving along. By this time, 75, I graduated from high school. I was heading over to college, and those days were gone, and so I was left with the memories, and that's what we're doing today. If you like what you see, subscribe, like, and share. Yeah, share the content. I'm trying to get this to many people like you that really love die cast, you know, vintage die cast. I like this one because of the crane extends out. I think that's wild. I just thought that was it lifts up. Isn't that cool? Thank you, Leslie Company. Yeah, for what you guys did, introducing me to such a wonderful hobby. Really have a lot of fun doing this. Really enjoy our time together, you and I, as we walk down memory lane. So let me just back this video up a little bit and see what we all have here. There is the collection. I've got more, but I thought I'd just, put this content up so you can enjoy it. Again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We have so much to be blessed for. And I do wish that you'd come back often. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, like I said, and I'll promise to do more videos for you, okay? Bye, everybody.